Doc Rivers should be fired, part 2. How many times he gonna get eliminated? This is the second straight year with the Philadelphia 76ers. They hired him to get to the finals, to win the championship. You didn't even make it to the conference finals. But probably the best center in the game, the best skilled big man in the game. Now you got one of the best skilled guards of all time, James Harden, and you didn't get it done. Last year you lost to little Trae Young. This year you lost to a Miami Heat team who don't have a superstar. By Joel Embiid and James Harden started. Not James Harden not playing like a superstar this year. But you got 2 of them on your team. Well, you paying them like they superstars. At least 2, like you paying 2 superstars. Tobias Harris, you got talent. Same way he had talent in Boston. He got lucky. That was one of the greatest teams ever assembled. KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce. You had Sam Cassell on the bench, James Posey on the bench. You had Rondo starting in the starting line. You had Kendrick Perkins. You had P.J. Brown, Big Baby Davis. I said James Posey. And James Posey, if I didn't say, I said James Posey and P.J. Brown. I'm going to keep that team. Tony Allen. That team was loaded. Top to bottom. One of the best rosters, period, ever. And you beat a Kobe Bryant team with a soft-ass Paul Gasol. You got lucky, fam. Because 2 years later, Kobe, with that same exact roster, you had a 3-2 lead on Kobe Bryant, and he came back and won 2 straight games. So you blew a 3-2 lead. You blew a 3-1 lead to the Houston Rockets, city I'm from, with James Harden, Dwight Howard, and Josh Smith being a third best player. You blew a 3-1 lead, bro. The first 3-1 lead you blew, and then you blew I'm not gonna bring the Orlando Magic 3-1 lead that you brought up. I'm not gonna bring it up because you're right. That team, that roster wasn't as great as that team at. And you blew the 3-1 lead in the bubble to a young Denver Nugget team who yet to have the MVP. Jokic won the MVP, back-to-back MVP yet. He wasn't even MVP yet. So you lost the 3-1 lead to that team with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George on your roster, and you get fired, and your assistant take over and do a better job, and then you go to Philly with championship aspiration with Joel B. Ben Simmons. That roster, you lose to little Trae Young, who badly made the playoff this year. And then you come back next year and lose to a Miami team in 6 without a defending superstar. Jimmy Butler is a star. He's an all-star. No superstar on that team. And you got 2 superstars. I get it. James Harden not playing like a superstar this year. But you paying him like one. And he's still considered as a superstar when you got him. When you traded for him. And you got Joel Embiid, the leading scorer in the NBA. The best skilled big man in the game. With a Tobias Harris. With a Maxey. And you got shooting with Danny Green. And wing defending with Danny Green. And Harris and Maxey. You had all this talent and all this stuff working with you, and you couldn't win. You couldn't make it to the Eastern Conference Final. Joel Embiid with the series tied 2-2. So Joel Embiid was back. What's the excuse, Doc Rivers? What's the excuse you gonna say this time? What's the excuse the media gonna give him? I know Stephen A. Smith gonna come out and say, "I'm so sad the man gonna lose his job." I don't call people job, but I'm just saying he only getting all these opportunities because he's black. Stephen A. Smith, well, Steve Nash got the Phoenix Sun job because of white privilege. What they fail to realize is Sean Marks is Steve Nash's best friend. Sean Marks was on the bench playing with Steve Nash. So of course he gonna have a sweet spot if they best friend and Steve Nash got him paid in the NBA and Steve Nash was back-to-back MVP and Sean Marks was sitting on the bench when Steve Nash was the best player. And Steve Nash would get him paid. So of course he's gonna have loyalty and he gonna reach out and give his best friend a job. That was his best friend. He didn't say that on first take. He going along with this white privilege stuff, but somehow Doc Rivers get fired from Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and heads to coach the best center in the game and Joel Embiid. Sound like black privilege to me. But the media ain't gonna say that. He had his job long enough only because he black. He the only black coach that can go from Paul George, Kawhi Leonard to Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. And then Joel Embiid to James Harden. You got people like Steven Jackson talking about Steve Nash because he white. But they never, none of them podcasts and none of these Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless and them, they never brought up Sean Marks is his best friend. And Sean Marks was on the bench when Steve Nash was back-to-back MVP. They never brought that up. They say because he's white. You see how the narratives and how they switch the shit? It's ridiculous, man. If he ain't get fired by tonight, he need to go clear out his locker room tonight. They lost in Philly. He needs to be booed out the arena. Sick of this black privilege, these black coaches talking about white privilege, but these black coaches get head coaching job, getting fired from coaching 2 top 15 players in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard and go right to the best center in the game. And we're gonna say Steve Nash got the job because he's white, but they failed to mention Sean Marks his best friend.
So we'll tip you $3 to use on your next order.
Yeah, I'm on y'all head. That's why I'm on the YouTube for. I'm on the YouTube to kill narratives, kill agendas, hidden agendas, politics and this shit. I'm down for it, baby. Tell me when I lie. Like, subscribe.